Welcome to International Love Story, the podcast about intercultural relationships. In today's episode, I have a special guest for you guys, and most of you know him already. He's my husband, so this is Nacho. And
The husband. The husband. No?
see,
Sí.
we are married since almost 7 years now. And actually, we're going to celebrate our anniversary in a couple of days. And we moved to Argentina together. I mean, he's Argentinian, as most of you might know. I'm not sure if you actually need an introduction, but if you would introduce yourself, how would you introduce yourself? Please go ahead, introduce yourself.
I'm Ignacio. I'm a porteño from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm 34 years old still, yes. And we just recently moved from Germany back to Buenos Aires. Yeah, being years outside of the country, basically.
So 9 years of not living in your home country. He had to deal, and I think you still have to know, with reverse culture shock. That was the topic once we moved, and all of this. But that might be something for another episode, because in today's episode, I owe you a few answers to a few of your questions. We owe you. I think like 6 weeks ago, before we actually even bought the one-way ticket, so even more than 6 weeks ago, I asked you guys if you have any questions, and you do. So we are here to answer all of them, hopefully.
Hopefully, yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's
Okay.
go.
I'd say let's just dive directly into it. I'm going to start with the first question, which is, first of all, a lot of people congratulated you to your German citizenship.
Thank you, people.
That was a big milestone.
It was a big milestone. It was the work of a couple of intense months, not really knowing if we were going to get it in time before moving back to Argentina. And as I promised my sister, I get the German citizenship and I come back. But at the end, it was more like, okay, we are going back. So am I gonna get it? No? And I got it. So
right on time.
Actually picked up my Ausweis, my card Ausweis, the Friday before we flew. So 2 days before. You can imagine the stress. Oh my God.
I was stressed too, because I'm the one who knows how the system in Germany is running. And he was constantly like, hey, did you call? Hey, what's the status quo? Hey, can you take care of it? I was like, you have to give them some time. We are in Germany. Like, things are not moving that fast. So in case you're living in Germany or you're about to move, get used to it, because
you gotta get them.
Exactly. Annoy them every day if possible. This is something I learned now as well due to Nacho, because he was like almost every day, call again, please, ask what's the status quo. So he got the citizenship on time. And
I'm Argentinian German now, not the other way around.
Argentinian German, because as an Argentinian, he's actually allowed to keep his Argentinian citizenship. One-time Argentinian, always Argentinian.
I'm forced to give it, but I love my Argentinian citizenship, so I would never give it up.
Yeah, so that's this. And I think you answered the other question already. Why did we move? Why did we make the decision to move to Argentina?
We made the decision to move to Argentina because of family reasons. I've been traveling around the world for 9 years. I lived in Miami for 4 years. I lived in Germany for 5 years. Within those 5 years, we also been around Europe. And it was, I think, enough time it was about time to come back home for me. Yeah.
I agree. Another question, why Argentina? Amazing, with a lot of hearts. Thank you so much. So that answered the question already.
Did it? Why Argentina?
Why Argentina? Oh, okay, let's go.
Argentina is home, first of all. Second of all, France. But no, talking seriously, Argentina is home. Here are my friends, our friends. You also have friends here.
Yeah.
Family is here. And we see a future in Argentina where we can establish ourselves and have a family eventually. And who knows, be here for a couple of years and then maybe move on, maybe not.
That a couple of years. So when we say a couple of years, it's like some days it's like, okay, 5 years. Another days we're like, okay, 10 years. It really depends on how things are going.
It's never.
other days not. I think we're gonna move somewhere else in between, but you never know. So after all, it could be 15 years as well. So at least we know that we're gonna stay here. That's the goal for a minimum of 5 years, I think, right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Argentina has the best meat in the world, the best wine in the world,
The nicest people.
the nicest people.
I feel so welcome because I mean, I do have another account as well, which is in German, and I upload videos on a regular basis on TikTok as well. And I get so many nice comments from people that don't even understand like the language, because again, I speak German in those videos, and they're like, "Oh, bienvenido in Argentina," and like a lot of like very cute and very cheering comments I get there. And that's just basically, even though, and I'm also mentioned it on the other account a couple of days ago, even though Argentinians, they do have to deal with a lot, especially at the moment, with inflation, political situation, all of this. I don't want to get into detail. They're still the nicest people on earth. They still, I feel like they still would like give whatever they have to make you happy. And even though if they don't know you very well, they'll still like make you feel at home and welcomed. And yeah, it's pretty easy for me as well to adapt here, to be honest, besides the fact that I've traveled already a couple of times to Argentina before, like almost every year since we're dating, except during COVID. It's a great country. It's the best country. Don't give me this evil look. No, it is the best country in the world as far as
She said it, not me.
what he didn't force me. He didn't step on my feet below the table. No, I'm just joking, but it has a lot to offer. Yeah, let's see, what else do we have here? A lot of people are confused why we moved when you just got your German citizenship.
True. I got that question regularly as well.
Why now? I mean, we've answered family here, but
yeah, so exactly, that's the thing. At some point, my German citizenship was secondary priority to actually coming back home. So getting it or not getting it for me in the end was kind of like, okay, we tried, we gave everything we could, and we did our best. But if it doesn't come out in time, then I'm going back home anyway. So it was really a coincidence, I would say, that I got the German citizenship right about 20 days before we flew.
Even less, I think.
So if anything, why did I got the German citizenship as well? As a main reason, it is an achievement for me. It's an achievement to be German. I feel it as the last step into being fully integrated into the German fabric, into the German society. I am Argentinian, but I definitely feel German as well. In some aspects, I picked up many of the cultural, how can I say?
Stereotypes.
Yeah. But they're good stereotypes. And, as I said, it was the last step. It was an achievement. It was the last step into me feeling that I made it in Germany. And that in the end is also as a secondary reason, is also a safety net for us. As an Argentinian with an Argentinian passport, there always might be some or the other difficulty paperwork-wise. Being European just makes it so much easier in case we move out in the future as well.
Yeah. We are hoping through this now that it's going to be a little bit less paperwork. There is this aspect of paperwork that is going to follow us whole lives, but we hope that it's not going to be such a big topic anymore in the future. How did you feel about the process of getting a German? How difficult was it for you? And maybe that's also the time for you to show off your German skills. By those, I'm very impressed, by the way.
What German skills?
Deutsch.
Mein Deutsch? No. Mein Deutsch it's private. Only a couple of privileged ears hear it.
Those are privileged ears out there. No, but his German is really, really good. I feel like now that we're here, it's getting a little bit shaky again.
Yeah.
But there were times in Germany where it was like he could do everything by himself, like making appointments, even though, like, even with the register offices and all the paperwork, like he didn't have to rely on me anymore, which was amazing. I mean, in some things, yes, like being pushy and being more formal when writing an email instead of being too direct, yes, but like you would have survived without me.
Yeah, doch.
Doch. That's so German.
So German.
German.
And yeah, was kann ich sagen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to translate, it wasn't easy. It wasn't always easy, but we've made it. We've made it. Actually, we've made it quite far if I think back.
Genau.
The process itself, you said it was difficult.
Nicht einfach. Difficult.
What was the difficult part?
Basically having to put all of my life in chronological order in paper. Make a new CV that fits the European standards, which they have a CV based on European standards. And I guess the paperwork, yeah, always. For me, paperwork is the most difficult because then you have the social aspect, which I feel like Germans appreciate a certain way of being. And I mean, the Beamtins, for example. So the municipal workers. If you show up in time, if you have every paperwork classified by what it is, how it fits into your timeline, into your file. If you do every step right, they will appreciate it and they will make sure to help you out. So I feel like the paperwork was more difficult than actually the process of getting the citizenship.
Yeah, but what I've noticed as well is that you sugarcoat them a lot in the sense of you are very charming, very, very charming. Like I think that's the right word for it, because he would thank them several times in every email. He would be like making sure, like, hey, I appreciate your time, I appreciate your offer, I really want this. I'm so looking forward to be German. I'm so grateful you're helping me with this. I was like, that might be a little bit too much, but they loved it. They loved it for some reason. I mean, yeah, not for some reason, but they loved it.
By far the most difficult, actually, now that I think about it, was having to do the Niveau test twice. So I did the B1 with the Berlin Academy, Berlin School for Language. And unfortunately, the authorities of our city, they didn't accept it because it was from a school in Berlin. So I had to actually, in just about 24 hours, find a Goethe-Schule or Goethe-Institute, anyone in Germany that could actually, yeah, give me the proof in less than 2 weeks, more or less, actually, giving the B1's test without studying much. So that really proves that my German is B1 because I didn't really study for it.
No.
Yeah.
You did not study for it, and you also made all the appointments by yourself.
Yeah.
You did the research by yourself, you called them.
Oh yeah, it was so stressful.
It was stressful, but I felt like I was like, you just go for it and you'll figure it out. Like you didn't need a lot of help. That also shows that your level of German is definitely, I think, far beyond B1, to be honest.
Thank you.
How did you succeed your B1 test? How did you succeed your B1 test?
How did I?
Yeah, what's the result of your B1 test?
Good.
Good.
The first one, it was 80 over 100, and the second one was 75 over 100. So not bad.
For not studying was really good. Then the next question is, what are we doing here work-wise?
We are contractors. We are freelancers or other synonyms, if you may.
So I'm working as a virtual assistant.
And I'm working as an adaptations specialist, which is like a support role or project management role.
Yeah. So this actually also gives us the, not freedom, but because of this, I think we're a little bit more relaxed because we took the jobs with us, and that helped us a lot also to, yeah, to set foot in Argentina, even though if Nacho is from Argentina, but as mentioned, reverse culture shock is a real thing. Don't underestimate it. And also if I think about the, like, my journey in Miami, where I didn't have a job and I waited 3 months for the work permit and all of this, knowing that first of all, I have something to do here. I have my day scheduled already. I have a routine, helps a lot. And then also obviously the fact that I have my own income gives me the ease in order to take every challenge that's going to come, and there will be a few for sure in the future as well, to take it a little bit more lightly, because the big pressure of I have to find a job now, and then the language barrier, which is a thing as well. For me, my Spanish is not as good yet. That's one advice I can give anyone who's about to move abroad. Make sure that in best case, you know already how you are going to survive the next few weeks, months, and in best case have a job already. So savings, and then in best case have a job already.
We are very lucky, and sometimes you cannot really move with your work, with your job. But again, I think we are very lucky to have this opportunity.
Also, due to our experience, we were able to adapt a little bit faster to several circumstances, I think. And the idea of working as freelancers, it was just an easy decision for us. So another question was, show your Spanish, or actually a command.
Demuéstranos tu español. Ahora.
Vamos.
Ya.
Mi español entonces es una problema para mí hablar, porque estoy muy tímida
Está
y
muy tímida.
sí,
Oh.
I'm shy. Tímida is shy, ¿no?
Sí.
Sí, stop mocking me. Estoy muy tímida, and it depends on which person I have a conversation with. Yeah, entonces,
pero muy bien.
with family and friends, it's okay. I
Perfecto.
can express myself, also obviously with my Spanish
Mira.
teacher. Tomo clases de español con una profesora amazing, admirable,
Sí.
de Guatemala. And desde 2 años already. 2 horas cada semana.
Correcto.
Y Duolingo también.
Y Duolingo todos los
Sí.
días. Pero hay algo que es muy importante. Tienes que decir rain en español.
Lluvia,
Horse.
caballo,
Beach.
playa.
That is
Yeah.
bestas.
So I'm learning the Argentinian slang, even though I still have problems with vos.
El vos.
See, because you use vos, and I learned the proper Spanish.
No se puede.
Do we have to translate this part? I hope you got it. Like, you see, my Spanish is okay. Basic communication is fine. I can express myself in basic ways. I understand 70%, or I think, like, if it comes to basic conversations as well. But my brain also shuts off after 1 hour. So I can do it up to a specific point, and then I'm like, no, I can't anymore. So I will just zoom off, and I'm not part of the conversation anymore, because that's too heavy. So 1 hour is
Es hat mir mit Deutsch passiert.
auch mit Deutsch passiert.
Das, genau.
Ja.
Was sie hat gesagt.
What she said happened to me
Yeah.
in German, yeah. Yeah, and then the last question. Is it the last question already? Yeah. Is it easy for you? So for me, entonces,
Para vos.
sí,
Sí.
to stay there regarding the visa. Like, how difficult is it to get the visa? So right now, is it easy for me to stay here? And what's the visa situation? We still have to figure that out.
Do we?
Yes, because I'm here with my tourist visa. I'm allowed to stay 2 more months. I can say that. That's fine. And I'll get the residence permit. We're working on it.
Yeah. We are working on
Work in
it.
process.
So in Argentina, we have this visa or actually it's a residence permit for partners of Argentinians or for residents of Argentina. So in your case, you will be getting the permanent residency. So
We better work.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, no? I kind of have to take responsibility for the paperwork moving on. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's how you did for me in Germany. So
We have a shift of roles now, definitely. So he has to take care of me now, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
How do you feel about taking care of me? Am I difficult?
Oh,
Am I not to handle?
Nah, no sos mucho to handle, mi amor. Por favor. She's not much to handle. But the thing is, it's different here than in Germany. So there are some things that it will take a while for you to adapt, and even for myself, there's going to be some time of readaptation to the cultural differences in between Germany and Argentina. I think the most important thing I already told you on the first day is like cars always have the priority on the streets here.
Especially buses. Buses are insane. They're driving like, I don't know. The other day I almost saw a guy getting hit by a bus, and the bus driver just kept on, and the guy was just like jumping off the road. Oh, there was a crosswalk, and I don't understand. Like, I did the same in Miami. Unfortunately, it didn't go well for me because I got hit by a car one time. But it's not funny, but if there's a crosswalk, I'm German, I'm like, I have the right to go. If there's a green light, I have the right to go.
Not enough.
I don't. Here, I don't.
Not in Buenos Aires, at least.
No.
So, those kind of things that I am noticing day by day, I'm trying to kind of like let you know as soon as possible so that you can have a comfortable day to day here, and especially with what to expect, right? Because if I am able to manage your expectations based on the Buenos customs, then I feel like you will have it easier to integrate. So do I feel responsible for you? In some extent, yes, of course, I do feel responsible. I mean, I didn't make you come here. It was your own decision to
join my husband.
To join me, right? I mean, it's not like I invited her, like, me voy a Buenos Aires. No, it was definitely something we talked, and we knew that this was going to happen, right? So right now I am the one doing the paperwork, setting everything up, talking with the realtors, talking with the services, talking with the accountants, talking with the municipal services, so on and so forth. But I feel like there's eventually going to be a time where you will be able to handle it by yourself, the same way I did in the very end of Germany, right? After 5 years. So it's gonna be a fun 5 years. Yay.
So you still have time to adapt. You feel guilty?
For what? Oh my God.
That you brought me here?
Nah.
No?
Nah. If anything, I feel proud. I feel very proud. I'm a proud Argentinian German.
He's not joking, by the way. He means every word he's saying.
Yeah.
Some people think he's overdoing, but like he's just adding on top, and that's like a little bit of working with stereotypes here. But he is very proud, very
proud Argentinian German person, and I am very proud of being able to show you my home with all of the traditions, all of the culture that it has, even though some things you may not like that much, like sanguchitos de miga. She doesn't like them. Dulce de leche.
So
she doesn't like it. But it makes me very happy that I can show you a life here in Buenos Aires.
Yeah. Yeah, as mentioned, I do feel very welcome here. I know there is still like a long path. There are a lot of things I have to learn, especially when it comes to being aware of my surrounding, for example. Buenos Aires is safe, but there are areas, for example, where I should be more careful. So right now it's still like when I go out, I ask Nacho like, hey, can I walk there alone? Like, what do you think? Should I take an Uber, or is it okay for me to take the bus?
Yeah.
Because I still don't have this sense of awareness of my surrounding, because I didn't have to have it in Germany. Like in most areas I walked, except in Berlin. But besides like those huge cities in Germany, you'll be super safe and you can almost walk whenever you want, and
I didn't feel so unsafe here, to be honest. In Buenos Aires, we have been here for already 1 month. I'm not looking back. For example, when I go out and walk on the street, I'm not looking back. Then again, I am a big man, So,
Yeah. Also, you lived in Germany for 5 years and you didn't have to look back, so you have to get used to it as well again, I feel like.
Well, I haven't been catcalled yet, and you have been catcalled at
Many
least.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like Argentinian men, they're very expressive, and if I walk around here alone, no husband in sight, they would
Maximalist.
Yeah, no, not of being offensive or like it's just for me it's funny. Like I don't even realize most of the time. I think that answered all questions. Do you have any questions? So we have to do the last part with my phone now because the GoPro just decided to go loco on us, but we were almost at the end. So what was the question?
How do you feel so far in Buenos Aires after being 1 month here already?
So all in all, I feel, as mentioned before, very welcomed. I feel like it's super easy to make contacts here, to make friends. And besides that, I took my job with me. As mentioned, I'm working as a freelancer. So I have my routine here already. And sometimes it feels like the day doesn't have enough hours because I would love to explore much more of Buenos Aires, go out with my friends and all of this. But I have, as mentioned, my routine. I have my work. So I can't just like walk around and spend half of the day exploring the city center. And that's not how it works, which is a good thing because of this routine. I was also able to adapt very fast here.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know that we are going to spend a few more months here, a few more years. So I'm going to have plenty of time to explore as much as possible, also explore Argentina in general. We do have a few things on our list, a few parts of Argentina we didn't see yet, at least I didn't see yet. And yeah, I'm excited for this, and especially the fact that our family is here. So obviously his family is my family as well. It makes it much easier. And yeah, it's like we have a support system here already in place. We have a regular income. I kind of know how things are working here because I've been here a couple of times beforehand. I kind of knew what's going to expect me, even though now that we live here, I still have to set myself some time in between to really like take some time for myself in order also to realize that this is our new home now.
This is our home now.
I had a day today, for example, where I got super emotional. You were sleeping. You took a siesta.
I did.
So
those are a regular thing in Argentina.
yeah, siestas. I even take siestas now. It was super fun.
Love it.
But you were sleeping and I was editing a video. And
you got sad?
I got emotional. I didn't get sad. I was just like, that was a moment because I went through the footage of when we moved to Buenos Aires, when we got into the plane. And I remember how sad I was. I remember how heavy my heart was. I was like, when am I going to see my nieces again? Because they are like still so tiny and I will not see them grow up. And but at the same time, I was also very, very proud of myself that I really took the step, or that we took the step together, and that we're making it work. And since I'm here, I am growing beyond and above myself, which is crazy to see. And I'm looking forward to what's the next year's going to bring. So yeah, it's a lot of excitement, and you guys know I'm an emotional person, so I have to set myself some days, give myself some time also to let it sink in, everything that's going on right now. But today was one of those moments. Again, I looked at the footage and I was like, we are already here since 1 month. 1 month.
It's crazy.
It doesn't feel like it, but
yeah, so many things happened.
We've managed so much already.
Yeah,
so yeah. With this being said, I'm not sad. I'm just happy. But yeah.
Welcome to Argentina.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Bienvenida a Argentina, Tina Latina.
Sí, Tina Latina.
Tina en Argentina.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all your questions, for your support, for your lovely messages in general. Even though Nacho's not that active anymore here on this channel, I still drag him in front of the camera from time to time, like for today, for example, for major updates.
I look good though.
He's so Argentine, so Latino, mi amor. And every time we pass by like a window shop, he would look at himself like, that's so Latino. It's so Latino. I don't know anyone else who's doing that, honestly. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks again. And oh wow. I'm gonna do the outro now. Have a lovely morning, have a lovely afternoon, have a lovely evening wherever you are right now. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button in case you're watching on YouTube. And
the like.
And the like, thank you. And don't forget to follow on Instagram. It's International Love Story, International Love Story on TikTok as well. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And if you would like to be part of the podcast as well, use the link below. I linked a form for you. And yeah, just fill in the questions. So please take care and see you next time. Ciao. Bye.